Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of My Big Fat Junk Drawer. It is a rainy, gray day today, so it's the perfect time to switch gears and do what I like to call a mini episode where it's just me. This could probably be a reoccurring topic for my mini episodes. I'm trying it out, see how it works. We're going to see how it goes. But welcome back if you are a return listener, and welcome if this is your first time. This is a show about junk drawers, the junk we keep and the stories we tell about it. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of exciting. Yeah. So my name is Amanda. And again, if you're new here, welcome. Please stick around. I hope you enjoy it. It's a good time. Like I said, today is just going to be me, so probably won't go as long as I normally do, but who knows once I get started. Could go for hours, I don't know. But please, I know what you're thinking. Oh crap, a solo podcaster. Oh man, get your finger away from the pause button, get your finger away from the little X to X out of Spotify or Apple or whatever you're using. Stick around, because if anything, me messing around in the junk drawers probably will get your imagination flowing and thinking about stuff that you have laying around that either brings you joy and a good memory, or maybe you need to get rid of it. And today we're going to look at some things that maybe I need to get rid of, but we'll get to that in a minute. So I originally was going to post a longer trailer to this podcast, and I kind of forgot about it. It was more of an explanation about why I decided to do this podcast. I just kind of forgot about it. So I'll touch on it now. I turned 50 in the first part of April. I can't believe I'm saying that. And it was a rough one for me in a lot of ways. I've lost some family close in age to me recently, lost some friends along the way. And it's one of those times where you get to that point in your life where all of this time where people are coming into your life. And then all of a sudden you get to a point where people start leaving it. It gets me a little stirred up, but I was sad about it for a while. And then I thought, I could be really upset and sad about turning 50, or I could look back on memories as a positive and be hopeful about where things are going. So see, I'm already emotional. I'm so emotional. Oh my God, I'm sorry. So this is that kind of thing where I'm kind of looking through things that I got lying around, seeing what still gives me joy and what I may need to let go of. And along the way, tapping some friends in to talk about their junk drawers and what they've got going on. Because there's nothing I love better than a good story. And I know a lot of people with good stories. And that brings me to, if you want to chat about what's in your junk drawer, please send me an email at mybigfatjunkdrawer@gmail.com, and I'll get you on the show and we'll talk about it. Because you may think that something is small and insignificant, but I guarantee you can talk about it for an hour at least. Or it's a jumping off spot for talking about other things. I guarantee it. I promise it. It happens every time. And no, I don't know what people are giving me for their junk drawer. I don't know the object. That's my rule, actually. If you're going to be on this show, you can't tell me what the object is. So everything is organic and the way it comes out. And that's just the way we do it. So it's spring in Ohio. Let's move on to what's going on. We've had some bad weather. We had a good day. Actually, last week was the eclipse. We were actually lucky enough to be able to be in it. And we went to the zoo because I thought it'd be kind of cool to be around the animals, kind of see how they react. And I went with my mom and my daughter. It was a pretty surreal experience. Now, I've seen partial eclipses a couple of times in my life, and it's very cool. But I can't fully describe to you what it was like to when that last ray of sun goes out when you're wearing those glasses, your glasses just turn black. Like there's nothing. So you can take the glasses off at the point of totality. If you're in the point of totality, you can take the glasses off. And it was so, it's weird to say, but for me, it was kind of life-changing. Like to look up at something that you're told never to look at for once in your life. It's like the sun was like, okay, human, just this once, just this one time in your life, you can look, and that's it. And I was there with my mom, who's in her 80s. My daughter's a teenager, and it'll never happen again. And the next time, like, I think the next time we can even see one is when I'm like in my 70s. So who knows? Unless I am in great health and can travel and do all that, who knows if I'll ever get that chance again. It was so worth it. If you ever get the opportunity to see a total solar eclipse, please travel, go there, make a day of it, make a mini vacation of it. It was spectacular. And the interesting thing is Ohio State had a group of student researchers there for the day because they really wanted to see how the animals would react, which we thought was cool. We saw them, making notes of the animals early in the day. We got there when it opened because I wasn't sure how crowded it was going to be. So they were, writing all their notes about the animals' behavior beforehand. And I guess the only thing we noticed, we were kind of out towards where the entry gate was. We weren't really up against, where any big animals are, but we could hear the birds. The birds were just, singing all day long. It was actually a sunny day, which was odd because in Ohio, you can't bet on any of that in April. It ended up being a sunny day. The birds were singing all day. And the moment of that eclipse, it was quiet. Like the birds are like, oh, nighttime, time to go to bed. It was weird. It was so weird. And later on the zoo social media, they said the two animals that were affected the most were elephants and ostriches. They said the elephants started to huddle together in a little circle. Ironically, one of the little elephants' name, I think, was Sunny, and she started to trumpet and stamp her little feet and stuff. And the ostriches, I guess, once the moon totally eclipsed the sun, the ostriches, they were like walking around, and then at totality, they're like, oh, it's bedtime. And they all walked back into the barn and started preening for their nighttime preening. And then after the eclipse was over, they turned around and walked back outside like, oh, nighttime's over. So that was pretty interesting to hear because, you never get to be around those kind of things. So that was kind of cool. What else? Oh, yeah. Well, spring is here. School is winding down, although I don't know why they call it winding down because I am at my busiest in April and May trying to cart my kid everywhere she needs to go for all the spring activities, concerts, whatnot, all the testing, all of the end of school year stuff. So all you teachers listening out there, I just want to say a million times, thank you for the work you do. And I'm sorry because I know how the kids are. Really excited for summer. So also I've noticed in Ohio, at least, or in the Midwest, I don't know where it is, where you are, but where I am, the first warm, sunny day in this place, it's like people are feral. They're like jaywalking, not looking, not paying attention at anything happening around them because, by God, it is spring, it is warm, and I am outside living my life. I don't know what happens to people. You hear drag racing all up and down the streets around here. It is crazy town. Crazy. I know. We are locked up for like 4 months out of the year because of winter. I know people are excited, but man, calm down. I swear. What else? Oh, last night we went to see Pearl Jam's new album comes out, I think this week. And I like Pearl Jam. My husband is a huge Pearl Jam fan. I'm sure he could probably tell you all about Pearl Jam. Last night they had a special listening session at the movie theater. You go and you listen to the album in total darkness, I might add. And then they play it again with like visuals behind it. So the first listen, like you could sit there and nap, whatever, just listen to music. It was super weird. I've never done anything like that. Have any of you gone to a listening album release at a movie theater? It was odd. Yeah. People were clapping in between songs. I'm like, what is this? This is weird. And of course, there was a very sweet song on the album. I loved it. I thought it was super cute. It was clearly about Eddie Vedder's kids. It was about his daughters. And it was just so sweet. The album is good. I will say that. I loved it. But the guy behind us was like, keep that off the tour, Ed. I'm like, Jesus, have a little compassion. That guy's almost 60. He's a dad. He's proud of his family. Let him have that. I mean, it's not the 90s anymore. We've grown up. But it is a good album. Give it a listen when it comes out. I think it'll be good. So today, let's get into this. I am opening up a junk drawer of epic proportions. This is such a junk drawer. It's not even really a drawer. It is a Rubbermaid tote locker. I have had this trunk of fun, as I call it, for about, oh my God, I don't even know, all of college. Probably that's when I started, because my mom, I'm assuming, got sick of all my crap laying around. I was a keeper of memorabilia all through school, so I eventually put everything in this trunk. So this thing holds stuff from probably all the way late elementary to end of college. It lives in my garage because it's so big. And actually, I've dragged it into the house just for this episode today. I probably have a hernia now because it's so heavy. I used to be able to lift it pretty easily. No, I shouldn't be lifting this crap. It was crazy. So dumb. But yeah, it lives in the garage. And after I record this, I'm going to have to yank it back out there and put it away. So every time, if I bring this thing out for the mini episodes every time, I may just record in the garage because I'm not going to do that again. Yeah, this thing has moved with me everywhere I've gone. And that includes a 3,000-mile move to Los Angeles and back to Ohio. It hasn't been open in a while, though. I haven't looked at it. I haven't looked at the contents of this trunk for probably 5 years at this point. And you're asking, why do you still have this stuff? This is my point. And I talked about this with my mom the other day. I'm probably going to have a huge burning of some sort at some point in my life because no one wants this. Nobody. My kid doesn't want this. She doesn't care. She doesn't care about my high school yearbooks. She just doesn't. No kid does. And I saw this on the Today Show yesterday. No one wants your junk. No one wants it. But I'm not ready to release it yet. So through these mini Explore My Trunk of Fun mini episodes, I'll probably loosen up and let it go. But yeah, this is exciting because I have not opened this in a long, long time. So this is the opening of the Trunk of Fun. Let's see what's inside. Can probably hear the snapping of the lock, the lifting of the lid. There's going to be 1,000 spiders in this thing. I just know it. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. This is something. Oh my God. Oh, this is crazy. So on top, I'm seeing some college memorabilia. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. On the top is basically a thing we did in my sorority. When you graduate, you send messages to everybody. So that's that. I won't get into that because I'm not yet, at least. Something has to speak to me and then I'll share it. I will share it. Oh, a picture of my ex-husband. That's wonderful. You know, we have to look at everything, right? Oh my gosh. So one thing that speaks to me today specifically, and we'll just leave it at one thing because, wow, I don't even want to dig into here because, again, I think there might be some living things in here. Well, here's my senior yearbook. What a time that was. How exciting. Oh my gosh. So one thing I've had in here, and if you know me, if we've been friends for a really long time, I have a shoebox full of notes from school. I'm serious. I still have a box of notes from high school. And let me tell you, these are all super yellowed, of course, because how long ago was that? Like decades. This is so nuts. Do you have any notes from high school? Do you have any memories of things like that you've kept? Most of these, I will say, were passed in the hallway because we didn't have the social media when I was growing up. We had to rely on note-taking and passing. We did ours during the hallway, during the time where you change classes, because we would get caught in class if we were trying to pass notes. It just wouldn't work. So that's how we did it. I don't think my kid even does that anymore. Some of these are very creative. One of my friends, and I'm not going to name names, people, because I probably still have a note from you, quite frankly. This person was so super creative. They folded this note in a way that looks like it's on notebook paper. It's like a 4-page note because they wrote it to me when they were visiting family. So they folded it in a way that looks like an envelope and then colored in like a little stamp on the right side. It even says, oh my God, you know how when you write fill out an envelope and it says pictures do not bend. If you've got pictures, this says no pictures you can bend. It's hilarious. This person wins the prize for creativity. This is so funny. I got to open one of these notes. Hold on. I'm going to open it. This is random note opening. I just want to share that. I will not say a name. Hopefully this doesn't incriminate anybody. Hi, how are you? I'm fine. I'm in English. Supposed to be studying for my spelling test. I'm not. Oh, there's a lot of talk about boys in this note, clearly. I think this was probably in 7th grade, I would say. I don't know why I have these. I really don't. But I've kept them and haven't thrown them away. But on the top of the shoebox is this little snippet, and I remember this like it was yesterday. It's a poem from Teen Magazine, if we remember that. It's a little poem, and I taped it to this box. And it says, as I lift the shoebox cover that opens up my past, I think of all those years that slipped away so fast. Inside the tattered box, a pile of old ticket stubs to movies and to concerts, and even teen nightclubs. We didn't have teen nightclubs. In the dark corner, hidden in camouflage, sits a fragile, dried-up wrist corsage, the one I received at a Friday night dance, the time in my life I discovered true romance. I look in the box where my memories are piled and see pictures of me when I was a child. Things from the seashore, like colorful rocks. Then I think of the present and close up my box. I thought that was a cute little poem from Teen Magazine, so I added it to my shoebox. I think one thing about me when I was young is I kind of had this idea that I promised myself, no matter what happened in my life, I would never forget what it would be like to be a kid. I don't know, feel the pain a kid feels, I guess. I don't know. I'm a real empath. Let me just put that out there. But I never forget, like with my own kid, I can feel I know when she's hurting about something. And I try to refrain from saying when she's having problems or something like, yeah, I did that when I was your age, blah, blah, blah. I just try to frame it in a way like, look, I get it. I totally understand. And just do it that way. But being a kid is crazy. And when you keep all these notes and things, it's like opening up this time capsule of who you were and what things meant to you. And it's really weird to revisit some of these things, like these cards and people who meant something for so long. And I haven't seen them in years, but just they're little pieces of themselves. Oh, and I'm going to cry. my high school best friend. And I'll say her name Judy because she's not with us anymore. Most of this box is honestly from her. She was something. Oh, this was from me to her. This never got to her. Judaroo. I'm in math. I got an A on my test. Gee, stud muffins are smart. And let me just say, stud muffins, I wrote an entire story about a group of friends that I had in 7th, 8th grade. We used to hang out. We used to have slumber parties. We used to watch Corey Haim movies all the time. And I dubbed us the stud muffins. So whenever there's a mention of that, that's what that means. I'll get my secret notebook tonight and we'll start working on it Friday because I don't know if I'm going to swim either. Oh, I wonder what that was for. I think the stud muffin should have at least one meeting a month. Apparently, I wanted us to have some sort of organized event. Let's see. Sorry for this short note. I must learn my math. Bye-bye. 4 now with the number 4. That's pretty cool. Oh my God. So funny. Yeah, I always loved notes from Judy were the best. She was my pal. I even have the little slips. If you're in school and you get like candy grams, I still have freaking candy grams in here. Oh, the school newspaper. I just caught a glimpse. Hold on. Let me pull that out. The school newspaper. This is from, so a little bit about my high school. My high school at the time I was in 7th grade, my high school was actually grades 7 through 12, which from a parental perspective is frightening when your kid is mingling with 18-year-olds. But then after my 7th grade year, it switched to 8 through 12. So my class was like the youngest of my high school for 2 years straight. So we were the babies. But yeah, so I went to the same high school, in quotes, from 7th grade through 12th grade. So this newspaper was from February 12th, 1988. It was the special Valentine's edition. This was a big deal when I was in school because you could buy little greetings for your friends and have them in the newspaper. This newspaper looks like it's from a treasure chest on a pirate ship because it is so damn yellowed. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yikes. This is crazy. This is so funny. Let's see what was going on. Oh, data word processing classes come back. This year, the senior data processing steno classes have been operating here at the high school instead of at the Manpower building, as in the past few years. Wow. So we had some word processing going on back in 1988. That's good to know. What else? What else is going on? Let's see. Can't even open it. Editorials. What is this? Oh, no, that's not. It's not exciting. New parking lot plans announced. Apparently we redid the parking lot. Huh. Interesting. I don't remember that. The Arts Festival was a big deal. This was coming up then. April 14th and 15th. The Arts Fest. Solo and ensemble. It is solo and ensemble season right now for my daughter. She is singing at state for choir. So some things never change, right? Oh, here's another one. And I might add that my school newspaper was 25 cents in 1987. Oh, let's see. The Academic Awards luncheon, prom. Oh, a word about prom at my high school, which honestly, I've never heard of anybody else doing what my school did. So I was from a small town, first of all. For my prom, for our high school, our parents were rock stars. Not only did we have a full prom at our school, but the parents got together and there was an after prom that everybody went to. I think nowadays, I don't know if they still do it or not, but the after prom was just as good and sometimes even better themed than the actual prom. And it was a full-on dance from like 11 to 1 or 2 in the morning. And they had food and all kinds of stuff. It was just a way for kids to like be together safely, I guess. But it was amazing. And I've never heard of another school doing that in my life like our parents did. I just remember some of the themes that they would come up with. It was so well done. I will say one of the things that I kind of miss that we don't have around here for our daughter is that same kind of feel, like the small town vibe. Yes, There are some things with small towns that aren't the best, but there are some positives. And that was one of them, was just the community coming together and making sure that the kids had a place to go. And it was spectacular. It was always great. I remember my parents helped with my sister's proms and stay-at-home. It was called the stay-at-home dance when she was in high school. And it was such a cool thing to see, like all these parents coming together and putting all these decorations up and getting food ready. It was amazing to watch. That was one good memory that I have. It was pretty awesome. What else is in here? I have a lot of newspapers, by the way, if anyone's interested in Oh my gosh, a report card. Oh, let's not go over that. Oh, physics. No, thank you. We'll just put that back in the bin. Thank goodness my daughter is really good in math and science. Whew. She got that from my husband, actually, not me. Let's see. Oh, here, we've moved on. I should say the title of my high school newspaper was called The Skeleton. And if anybody from Jackson remembers why it was called The Skeleton, please tell me, because I don't remember why it was called that, but that it was called The Skeleton. This was December 1990, and again, the price just 25 cents. Let's see. Oh, yes, the special... I kept the issues with the notes to friends in it. This was the special greetings. And greetings were 50 cents. Oh my. I'm sure there's stuff in here to my friends. Christmas poems. Let me see here. Let's see. The following Christmas poems, and again, for anyone listening, December 1990, the following Christmas poems are from Mrs. Evans' 7th period poetry class. Let's see. There's a few in here from the same people. The wind is cold, the stars are bold, the ground is white this Christmas night. The food looks good, I wish I could. The house is warm, my clothes are torn, my face is chapped, my strength is tapped, my hunger grows, I'm still and froze. Wow, that is sad. Let's see. I understand the songs we sing and stockings hung to fill. I know the reason for the angels and candles in the windowsill. I see the reason for the stars and all the gifts we hide. But the only thing that puzzles me is bringing a pine tree inside. That's from a classmate of mine, and I won't say who it is, but it's hilarious. If anyone wants to chat about this privately, you can just DM me and we'll talk about who it is. Very nice person. Let's see. Oh, new faces at the high school, new staff. Let's see. Mr. Steve Cochran, first year teacher. We remember him. This is getting crazy. I'm going off on tangents. Tangents again. I'm big on tangents. This trunk is incredibly insane. I'll just tell you that. There are a lot of memories of special groups that I was in. And yeah, I can't believe I have like all of my great report cards in here. What am I doing? What is this? Oh, there's some college stuff in here too. Wow. So yeah, for today, that's where I'm going to stop. I'm going to put my lid back on my box. I'm going to think of the present. I'm going to close up my box. Do you guys have anything in your attics, in your garages, in your basements? Do you have any good memories that you can't part with? Do you have something in your junk drawer that you want to talk about? I bet you do. I bet you have stories, and I want to share them with you, and I want to hear them. So that's it for today. Reflect on the junk that you have. Thank you for joining me on my first opening in about 5 years of the Trunk of Fun. Keep tuning in. Keep listening. We're going to go back to having guests. This one-shot dealie with me is probably going to maybe once a month. It's just to try it out. But I'm still going to have guests. Keep listening because I've got some things in the pipeline. They're pretty interesting. So I hope this jog some memories for people, maybe give you a laugh or two, get you thinking about maybe a long lost friend you haven't talked to in a while. Don't wait to reach out. Don't let years go by without just saying hi. Just check in, see how they are. If someone is special in your life and you've let time kind of slip away, reach out. I guarantee they want to hear from you. I guarantee they would love to hear from you. I mean, unless you were a total jerk to them. I mean, then they might not be. But reach out. It's really the relationships with people. And the older I get, this is what rings true for me. It's the relationships that we have with people and not things that really are important. And some of these objects that I'm digging out of my junk drawer, they start conversations. And that's really what drives this podcast. It's the conversation behind the object. Some people, like myself, just were the kind of people who, unfortunately, might attach feelings to things. And I tend to do that. But it's really the stories and the conversations that I find to be most fascinating about other people. Everybody has a story. Everybody deserves to be heard. And I want to hear it all. And I want to hear from you. And that's why I opened my trunk today to give you a little tidbit, a little look into previous me. I might open it up again if anyone cares or anyone wants to know. I'll think of some more stories to share. But for now, thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Keep tuning in. Next Thursday, we're back at it with a guest. And we're just going to keep this going because, again, I have a lot of junk drawers and I've got a lot of stuff to get through. So if you want to chat and I want to chat with you, please send me an email at mybigfatjunkdrawer@gmail.com. Let me know what's in your junk drawer and we'll chat. And you can visit me on Instagram now because my daughter seems to think I need an Instagram account for this. My Big Fat Junk Drawer podcast is the Instagram link. I don't have much up there right now because I'm just getting started, but it's there. So you can always message me there too. And also my blog / website is mybigfatjunkdrawer.com. On that website, I post this podcast and I also do some writing now and then. So you can really delve into my brain and read some things that I've posted and talked about on there. So with that, I will say thank you for listening. Y'all are the best. Tune in next Thursday for more of My Big Fat Junk Drawer.